Have you ever had a mouse that makes your wrist feel uncomfortable?
Have you ever felt what a true gaming mouse feels like in your hand?
When was the last time you mowed the lawn?
Have you ever had arthritis?
Well, we've got the mouse for you, the Logitech MX Vertical.
With a 57% angle for ergonomics,
And a 10% increase in gaming skill across the board.
you will be gaming like ninja on speed.
This mouse was designed by professionals to enhance ergonomics across the board. You grip it like a claw, so it's a lot more comfortable if you're a crab-like human being and prefer holding a mouse like a psychopath.
With only 20 easy payments of $29.99, you can get the MX Vertical for free!
For free?
For free!
Wow! So call now, 888-555-5555.
Very good price!
This mouse is actually not for gaming. The mouse is considered ergonomic, but will never be as good as a gaming mouse. The mouse is wireless, which can cause latency and possible wrist pain. Also known to cause cancer, radiation poisoning, arthritis, causes gaming disease. It'll get your kids addicted to gaming and Fortnite, which is also a disease. Please help me. I've been here for 40 days. They won't let me leave until I record this.
Yo, what up guys? Welcome to Patch. Today we have a very special review for you guys. Today we're reviewing the MX Vertical by Logitech.
Crab mouse.
Yeah, so it's an underrated mouse. Yeah, so we call it the crab mouse because you look like a crab when you
hold it like this.
Exactly, you know. So obviously this is a very unique mouse.
Yeah.
Does it game is what we're gonna call this series. We're gonna take a whole bunch of mice and then see if it games.
Exactly.
You know? Kind of like does it basketball for basketball shoes, but for
exactly for tech stuff.
Exactly.
This mouse was actually very surprising. Personally, I really like Logitech mice. I know they do a good job with their sensors and all that stuff, so I was actually very interested to see how this works out in a gaming standpoint, because I know this was mainly built for just ergonomics and sort of office usage, but it's going to be interesting to see how it games.
Yes. So how much is it? $80, $90?
About $80.
$80, $80. So if you guys want to, if you guys want to buy it, we'll leave a link in the description box. So let's start off with the skates. So it actually goes around the entire perimeter of the bottom.
That's not something you see often. Usually there's like 2, maybe 4 or 5 skates depending on the mouse. But one round skate, one single one that goes all the way around, and it's actually very smooth.
Yeah, so so we talked to Logitech. You know, we have you know guys there. You know, we're talking back and forth, emailing each other.
Yeah.
And they actually this is new technology if you guys didn't know. So you know how everything has friction.
Yep.
They made a new type of material where there's actually zero friction.
Yeah,
you know,
the gravity skates.
So the actual technology is called gravity skates. You know, so it feels like you're on ice or something. It's very smooth, silky. You know, it feels like the bottom of a baby, you know, newborn baby. That's how smooth it is. And I never use that, you know, terminology, but it's very smooth. So it's actually smoother than hyperglides. So the hyperglides have a mu of 0.01. This is actually 0. You know, so it actually, you know, if you push it,
0 newtons.
0, yeah, exactly. So F equals ma. Alright, next we'll move on to the sensor. So the sensor, it's actually new technology as well. You know, they just went all in with this mouse. So what's the name of the sensor again?
Well, we have the gravity skates first, and in the mouse itself,
the sensor.
It's actually going to be an optical ball mouse. Is what they're calling the sensor in there. So
we're talking closely with the people over at Logitech, right? And they said this new sensor is actually using 100 megagigabytes of storage. You know, so there's no latency at all. It's 0 seconds. You know, they've never achieved this before, but somehow they did.
But now we're actually stepping up into the hundreds of megagigabyte range, which is going to be exciting. Seeing the new mice coming out this season, seeing what they do with this new technology.
Exactly, and I don't know what they did. But they're using a new type of sensor. They're using a new material. I heard it's diamond, you know, so they're using diamond. It's very clear, so maybe that's why it's such a fast sensor. But you know, there's absolutely no latency.
Oh boy, it's almost on par with the trackball mouse. Yes. I would say.
Also, another cool thing is there's this button here. You can pair it to multiple devices. So if you have a laptop, you know, an iPad, a phone, you know, an iPod. And your computer, you can pair up to 3 devices and just press this button and you know you can compare it instantaneously if you want to switch over to devices.
Exactly. So it's really smooth. Also, another thing to note, actually on most of Logitech's mice they use a micro USB cord to charge for their wireless mice. On this one it's actually going to be a USB-C cable which will come in the box. It's USB-C to USB-C cable. So you can actually plug that into your phone directly with that USB-C cable to be able to maximize the amount of megagigabytes you're going to be getting out of this device. Which again is just unprecedented levels. We've never seen this in a gaming mouse before.
Yeah. All right, so let's actually get into the interesting part of this review.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the actual angle. So it's at a steep angle of 55 degrees. I'm actually a professional gamer.
Me too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he plays Fortnite. I play Fortnite. You know, we won a lot of championships. You know,
Yeah.
the World League Pro Tour. You know, we won that one,
Yep.
and we got gold medal. But since we play so much, you know, we're 8 hours, 10 hours a day. We're practicing. You know, our builds and stuff like that.
It honestly gets boring winning that much.
Exactly. You know.
But,
you know,
so we had to try something new. We had to switch it up.
Exactly.
So.
But you know, using a regular mouse, you know, my forearm and my wrist started to hurt a lot. You know, so because of this great 55-degree angle, you're removing your wrist this way instead of this way. You know, so there's less strain on your tendons. You know, so it feels great. That's smooth. How do you feel about it?
So yeah, I mean, honestly, it did feel really good when I was using it in my hand. I mean, the horizontal movements. It does feel like I mean, as you said, it's really nice on the wrist. Honestly, you just get a more smooth experience moving the mouse around. It's extremely ergonomic. I mean, that's what this mouse was built for, essentially.
Yes.
So I mean, this is definitely the most comfortable mouse that I've used.
Very comfortable. Yes.
It's just. There's not like different grips. You can't do like claw grip or like palm grip with this. There's one grip and it's
crab grip.
It's like a handshake. It looks like a handshake.
Grip. That's what we're calling crab grip, you know.
Yeah.
And it's patented. You know, patched.
Yeah.
You know, we
patented
So
technology.
you guys can't use it, but you know, it's crab grip. You know.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the buttons. So the buttons, you have your regular right click and then your left click. You can press the mouse wheel, but there's no left and right mouse wheel click.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you have two buttons here, you know, for your thumb, and they feel great, tactile, and also you have another button here where you can customize to whatever you would like.
Yeah, definitely not as comfortable on the as the ones on their other mice, like the G Pro wireless, for example, and their other mice.
Of course.
But it's definitely made for ergonomics, so you don't want to accidentally press them. They're not meant to be pressed in a quick sort of gaming circumstance, like you would see on other mice.
Exactly. All right, so moving on to the weight. So the MX Vertical it's coming in at 127 grams. So that's revolutionary. That's the lightest mouse we've ever tested, and that's the lightest mouse ever built. You know, right now currently, and with the technology, you know, this may look like plastic, but it's actually not. You know, it's a new type of fiberglass that they've harvested from Mars. Yeah. They shipped it here. You know, they have new technology. And it just feels so light in hand. You know, it looks bulky. It looks like, you know, with the crab mouse and stuff, but it's actually not. It fits snugly into your hand, and you know, you can do your flicks very, very quick.
With the gravity skates on there, the flicks are just insane.
Exactly.
I mean, it doesn't really feel like you're holding a mouse. So it just feels like you're shaking like a good solid handshake. You know, exactly. A good firm handshake.
You know, like your first girlfriend's dad. You know,
yeah, exactly.
Probably wants to kill you,
but you get that that hearty handshake. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so wrapping up this review, the MX Vertical. $80 it's great. It's actually the best gaming mouse. It's actually not even a gaming mouse, but you can actually use it for gaming.
Yeah, definitely. With 100 megagigabytes of storage in there, you can be gaming for, days on the battery of this guy.
Oh yeah, the battery. We forgot to mention that. The battery, it's a Logitech.
Nuclear fusion or fission, right?
No, it's fusion.
Fusion.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Fission is, that's last century technology. Yeah. Logitech, Bill Gates, they own Logitech.
As we all know.
Exactly. And nuclear fusion, they figured it out. And they put a nuclear fusion reactor in here. Mm-hmm. It lasts forever. You can connect it to your computer as well, and it boots up your computer, no problem. Goes on forever, basically.
That's correct. I mean, that about wraps it up for the MX Vertical, guys.
If you guys want to buy this mouse, we'll leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thanks for watching. We are Patch, and we'll see you guys next video.
See you in the next one. Yeah, so we're speaking closely to the reps over at Logitech.
I thought you can't say it.
I got it.
Oh, shit. Actually, zero friction.
Yeah, the gravity skates.
Yeah,
yeah.
So, they're... Okay. God, I can't even say it. What they told us is using 100 megagig... I can't say it, okay. So we actually talked to them, right? And they... I can't say it.
Mention of megagigabytes, right? So we're working closely with the folks over at Logitech, and we found that this sensor actually gives more onboard storage. To be exact, it's a to be exact, it's about 30 megagigabytes of.
Hey, how'd you like it? Okay.
See, some of them have gotten to like 30 gigabytes, but we've never seen anything.
Oh, the gigabytes, man. The gigabytes. Alright, so as you guys can tell, it was just a little fake review. Not fake, but just like a parody. We just kind of wanted to have fun with it.
There was some truth behind what we said there.
Exactly.
Some of the things. Definitely not most of it.
Yeah, no. Alright, so the grip is amazing. Alright, that's one thing we want to get out of the way. The grip, the 57-degree angle or whatever, is actually really nice. And if they could, 127 grams is really, really heavy.
It's a really heavy mouse.
The Model O is like what, 70 grams, 68 grams, something like that. So
something around there.
Yeah, it's more than around twice the weight of that, right?
Yeah.
So if they actually put this grip into like a gaming mouse and made it lighter,
that would be interesting to see.
Yeah,
because it's a hefty mouse, but we can see why they did that, because it's meant for office usage, right? It's not meant for sort of quick actions like you would see in gaming and things like that. So the skates, they're about average. They're on par with the gaming mice. The sensor, however, not necessarily noticeable in game. But I was playing a game with this guy. I was playing Risk of Rain, a little bit of that. I played for about an hour, and then I paused the game, switched over to my G Pro wireless, and it was night and day with the sensors. So they definitely didn't put the same sensor in this mouse. But again, used for office usage, so it's really not meant for gaming, but it can do it, and the grip is super comfortable on it.
Yeah, so imagine. So I'm like, I really want to see this grip in gaming mice. The only thing they like. So let's note like the things they should change to see if it actually can be a gaming mouse. So I guess you can always put hyperglides on, and then make the sensor better, lighten it up a little bit, and maybe I guess put a few more buttons on it. And I think it would be great.
I think the buttons definitely one truthful thing from our earlier review was the buttons aren't as comfortable as on the gaming mice.
Yeah.
They're these really, really sort of rough tactile ones.
Mushy.
Yeah.
Mushy.
They're not like the gaming mice where it's super easy to press. You get that sort of that nice click in there. So for the actual software, it's using Logitech Options, which is sort of like their office software. And so there's actually no way to change like the individual like DPI settings on this. You just get a slider, but you can't tell the exact DPI unless you really go into game and sort of try and adjust it to whatever your DPI is.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that was kind of frustrating with this mouse. Even for an office mouse, I think there should still be a way to set the exact DPI so you know what you're on.
Yes.
Especially being that it's an ergonomic mouse, or it's made for ergonomics.
Yeah, and also another thing is like doing flicks with this is real smooth, like,
nice.
Instead of going like this, you're going like this, it feels great.
Yeah.
Tracking and all that feels awesome, So yeah, I mean, Logitech or any other company, if they can make this into like a gaming mouse, that would be awesome.
That would be super interesting.
And that would be very interesting to see like what actually pros would think about that.
Yeah. Do keep in mind as well when we're reviewing this, we're reviewing it as if it's a gaming mouse.
Yeah.
We do know that it's not meant for gaming.
Yeah.
And we do know that it's meant to be just sort of an office usage mouse. But we also think this would be such a cool concept to see, because it's a refreshing idea to see in a mouse, because all mouse are roughly the same. I mean, they change where the arch is in the back or how light it is. But seeing something like this is definitely new.
Yes.
So we'd like to see this lighter. Put a gaming graded sensor in there, and then fix up the buttons, and you've got yourself a good gaming mouse. I mean, It would be very, very interesting to see.
Yes. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the Does It Game video for the MX Vertical. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next one.
See you in the next one.